Florida is facing an invasion unlike anything seen before. It's silent, it's deadly, and it's growing at an alarming rate. It's silent, it's deadly, and it's growing at an alarming rate. The Burmese python has taken over the Florida Everglades. These massive snakes are devouring everything in their path. And the scariest part? No one knows exactly how big they can get. Burmese pythons are not native to Florida. They come from the tropical jungles of Southeast Asia. So how did they end up in the Everglades? Many were brought to the US as exotic pets. For years, people purchased baby pythons without realizing how massive they would become. A cute, manageable pet quickly turned into an unmanageable monster. Some owners released them into the wild when they got too big. Others escaped during hurricanes and storms, especially after Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Before long, the Everglades became the perfect breeding ground for these giant predators. Now there are tens of thousands of pythons slithering through Florida's wetlands, and they are completely changing the ecosystem. Pythons are apex predators, meaning they have no natural enemies. They eat everything: birds, rabbits, deer, and even alligators. Their ability to swallow prey whole makes them one of the most efficient hunters in the wild. Some have been found with deer in their stomachs larger than themselves. One python was even discovered with an entire alligator inside its body. But how big can they really get? The average adult Burmese python in Florida is between 10 and 16 feet long. That's already longer than a car, but some grow much bigger. The largest python ever recorded in Florida was a staggering 19 feet long. It weighed over 215 pounds and was caught in Big Cypress National Preserve. That's the size of a telephone pole slithering through the swamp. And here's the terrifying part. Some experts believe they could get even bigger. In their native habitat in Southeast Asia, pythons can exceed 20 feet in length. There's no reason they couldn't reach those sizes in Florida. With an endless food supply and a warm climate, they have everything they need to grow. But how do these snakes get so massive? Burmese pythons have an incredible ability to stretch their jaws to swallow enormous prey. Once they eat, their metabolism goes into overdrive, allowing them to digest meals quickly. A single large meal can sustain a python for months. This means they can afford to wait patiently for their next ambush. And with no natural predators in Florida, there's nothing stopping them from growing larger. The python invasion is wreaking havoc on native wildlife. Everglades mammal populations have plummeted since the pythons took over. Studies show that raccoon, opossum, and bobcat populations have dropped by as much as 99%. Even marsh rabbits, once abundant, are almost completely gone. Without these small mammals, larger predators like panthers and owls are struggling to find food. The entire food chain is being thrown off balance. Scientists are racing to find solutions. The state of Florida has even launched python hunting competitions. The Python Challenge invites hunters to remove as many pythons as possible. Some hunters have caught hundreds, but the population keeps growing. For every python removed, dozens more are hiding deep in the swamps. Trapping and removal programs are also being tested. Some researchers are using radio-tracked scout snakes to locate breeding grounds. Others have experimented with specially trained dogs to sniff out the invaders. but pythons are masters of camouflage, making them incredibly difficult to find. They can hide in the brush, disappear underwater, or blend perfectly with the surroundings. The question remains, can Florida ever get rid of them? Some experts believe it's already too late. The pythons have adapted so well that they may be a permanent part of the ecosystem. And with females laying up to 100 eggs at a time, their numbers will only continue to rise. But some shocking discoveries suggest the problem could get even worse. Recently, hybrids between Burmese pythons and Indian pythons have been found in Florida. These hybrids may be even more adaptable and resilient than their purebred counterparts. They could be faster, more aggressive, and capable of expanding beyond the Everglades. Some scientists worry that pythons might start spreading to other parts of the southern US. Could these snakes eventually reach Georgia, Alabama, or even Texas? Some studies suggest that in the right conditions, pythons could survive in parts of the southeast. Climate change could make more areas suitable for them. And if that happens, Florida's python crisis might just be the beginning. For now, the fight continues. Hunters, scientists, and conservationists are doing everything they can to control the invasion. New technologies, including infrared tracking and drone surveillance, are being explored. Some even suggest introducing natural predators, though that comes with its own risks. The truth is, no one knows just how big Florida's python problem will get. But one thing is certain, these snakes are here to stay. And as they continue to grow, both in size and numbers, Florida's ecosystem will never be the same. If you ever find yourself in the Everglades, keep your eyes on the ground. Because lurking in the water, hidden among the reeds, could be a python larger than anything you've ever seen. And as the years go by, they may only get bigger.